Anna today. I'm here with an amazing team of interpreters over 7 languages who will be interpreting this evening live in 5 languages tonight. English speaker, you can just relax for a moment as our interpreter give instructions in each language on how to access English channels. We will start with Mandarin. Go ahead, Terry.
Thank you, Anna. Hi, everyone. My name is Terry. I will be your Mandarin interpreter. 大家好，我叫 Terry， 我会是你的国语翻译。待会呢，你在屏幕下方呢会看到一个地球的图标，然后你选择地球的图标，然后再选择中文，你就可以进入到国语的频道了。如果你是用手机或者是平板电脑上来的话呢，你可以选择屏幕下方的3个点，然后再选择国语的选项，也可以进入到这个国语的频道。好的，谢谢大家。Thank you. Back to you, Anna.
Thank you so much, Terry. And then now we have Jana for Nepalese.
नमस्ते स्वागतम यो बैठक रेकर्ड गरिनेछ र पछि अनलाइनमा पनि उपलब्ध हुनेछ योजनाको विशेष यो वेब पेज चाहिँ somerville.ma.gov भनेर हुन्छ जुम प्रयोगका लागि सुझावहरू चाहिँ नि यदि अब उनीहरू त्यो गर्न अब उपलब्ध हुनेछ र जस्तो तपाईले चाहिँ नि नबोल्नु भएको बेला तपाईको चाहिँ नि माइकलाई चाहिँ नि फोन बन्द गर्नु होला च्याटमा पनि तपाईहरुले प्रश्न लेखेर सोध्न सक्नुहुनेछ यदि तपाई बोल्न चाहनुहुन्छ भने हात उठाउनुहोस् फोन मार्फत पनि सम्मेल हुनुहोस् नम्बरहरु आफ्नो हात उठाउनेमा चाहिँ नि 09 थिच्नुहोस् आफैले म्युटमा अनम्युट गर्न 06 थिच्नुहोस् धन्यवाद Okay, back to you.
Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. And next we have Esther. Is Esther here? Can we promote her to be a panelist?
Yes, I am. Hello.
Great, thank you. Hi, Esther. Okay. Welcome. Please do your introduction. Welcome.
Thank you. My name is Esther and I'm going to be the Haitian Creole interpreter. Non, moi c'est Esther. C'est moi-même qui ai interprété pour nous en créole. Et dans quelques minutes, on a bien la possibilité pour nous capables de choisir la langue que nous voulons, pour nous capables d'entendre réunion ça qu'a fait là. Et puis en bas dans l'écran, on va voir un globe, il apparaît en bas dans l'écran, le globe apparaît, on va cliquer sur lui pour capable choisir la langue qu'on veut. Si que par exemple on va utiliser un téléphone, on a besoin pour capable choisir garder dans 3 petits points où et puis là-bas, au plus options pour capable choisir langue qu'on veut et pour tendre interprétation. Et puis après ça, l'on finit, on fini et puis après on choisir si tu as une question ou tu as besoin d'aide avec ça ou capable voir un message par nous-mêmes et puis pour nous capable aider. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Esther. And next we have Myra for Portuguese.
Olá, boa noite a todos. Meu nome é Maíra Borges, intérprete de português. Daqui a alguns minutos vamos ativar os canais de idiomas e vai aparecer um ícone de globo na parte inferior da tela do Zoom. Clique no globo e escolha português. Ou então, se estiver no telefone, toque nos 3 pontinhos ou mais opções, depois interpretação, escolha português e toque em concluído. E se precisar de assistência, envie uma mensagem. Obrigada.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi.
Okay.
Sorry. My mic was off a little bit. So now we have Sylvia for Spanish. Did I miss it?
Thank you, Anna. I am Silvia Escárcega and I am the Spanish interpreter. Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Silvia Escárcega y yo voy a ser la intérprete de español. Una vez que se active la función de interpretación de Zoom, por favor busquen en su computadora un globo terráqueo. Hagan clic ahí y escojan el canal que ustedes deseen. Ahí pueden escoger español. Sin embargo, si están en un teléfono o en una tableta, busquen los 3 puntitos o donde dice More o donde dice Más. Hagan clic ahí, luego hacen clic donde dice Interpretación de idiomas o Language Interpretation, luego hacen clic donde salga el canal de español. Y para finalizar, hagan clic donde dice Done o donde dice Finalizado o Listo. Muchas gracias. Back to you, Anna.
Thank you so much. And the next step right now is Dan, you may go ahead and activate the interpretation channels, and we'll give a minute in case anyone needs assistance.
Kristen, who is our other ASL interpreter, we have sent you a couple invitations. A notification should pop up to make you a panelist, and you need to opt into that.
Okay, thank you. I did that.
Good evening to the members of the public, City Council members, City Department heads, and staff, the police and school department. My name is Denise Molina Capers, and I am the Director of the Racial and Social Justice Department for the City of Somerville. If you experience any technical issues with translation services, sound or visual, please inform our host in the chat, and we will do our best to address the issue. We are excited to welcome our community members and organizations to the very first RSJ Forum. The RSJ Forum will be held monthly, virtually, and is one of the ways that the Department of Racial and Social Justice will continue to share updates and communicate announcements, accomplishments, regarding the RSJ initiatives and ways to engage and participate in the work. Now, to begin, I am honored to present our guest speaker, Madam Mayor, Katjana Ballantyne.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight and for taking time to meet our Racial and Social Justice Department staff and learn more about the important work that they are doing. Tonight, you'll hear about the work the RSJ Department has been doing and learn about initiatives they're about to launch. When I took office, I promised that we would pursue a Progress for All agenda that centers equity and inclusiveness. The work of the RSJ Department is central to that mission. Your involvement as a community is also central to that work. The more people we hear from, the more voices join this conversation, the better the outcomes will be. We're working with the RSJ Department, the Somerville Office of Immigrant Affairs, and our city staff to find ways to bring more people into the civic processes and to break down the barriers that keep people from getting involved. Our commitment as a city to racial and social justice means we have to look at everything, including our own policies and operations, and consider how they might be keeping some people out or causing negative effects. I hope you'll join us in this ongoing work. There's a lot of exciting things happening, and I appreciate that you took the time to come to learn what the RSJ department is working on and will be working on in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. While we do have some open positions in the RSJ department, we are fortunate to be able to introduce to the City of Somerville new members of the RSJ department staff. Stephen Flythe, Deputy Director, supports the department, providing leadership in planning, development, management, coordination, and evaluation of administrative strategies and operations. Adrian Pomeroy, ADA Coordinator, is the city's leading expert on the Americans with Disabilities Act and is the staff member and advisor for the Commissions for Persons with Disabilities. Lauren Spengler, Commissions Coordinator, is the city liaison, staff, and advisor to the Human Rights Commission and the Women's Commission. And last but not least, R. Mason, Project Specialist, focuses on project management details and follow-up actions that maximize outcomes for the RSJ projects and initiatives. We have open opportunities for the RSJ positions of Public Information Officer and Community Engagement Specialist. Soon to be filled are the RSJ Coordinator and the RSJ Analyst positions. You can find more information on these positions on the city website under RSJ. I will now hand it over to Stephen, who will share the history and beginnings of the RSJ department.
Thanks, Denise. It's great to be here. Thank you all for being here tonight. The timeline of RSJ really started back in January 2020 from conversations from residents about steps to improve police-community relations. In June 2020, City of Somerville declared systemic racism a public safety and public health emergency. Also in June 2020, the city proposed $1.6 million for the new racial and social justice initiatives, including this department, RSJ. Between August 2020 and March 2021 was the onboarding and the search for our new director, Melina Capers. RSJ mission and mandate. The City of Somerville is committed to eliminating institutional and structural racism and its intersections with other forms of oppression. The work of the RSJ department has prioritized 6 key areas: equity and inclusion, reimagining policing and public safety, civilian oversight, the RSJ fund disbursement, the ADA, and also commissions the Human Rights and Women's Commission. I'm going to now turn it over to Adrian Pomeroy.
Thank you so much, Stephen. Good evening. Thank you again for joining us for the Racial and Social Justice Department Forum. My name is Adrian Pomeroy, and I am the ADA, or Americans with Disabilities Act, coordinator for the City of Somerville. First, I would like to tell you a little bit about me and what drew me to this work. My mother is physically disabled due to aging and decreased mobility. Since then, I have been the primary family member to help navigate her care, assistance, and benefits. I also hold a Master of Public Policy with a focus in disability advocacy and policy. Prior to joining the city, I worked for a statewide disability advocacy organization and have additional background in education, training, and project management. The mission of this division is to lead and manage the city in policy setting, coordination, and training for ADA compliance. Additionally, to make sure that the city's programs and services are compliant with Title II of the Americans with Disabilities Act and other applicable state and local disability rights laws. Additionally, as part of my role, I act as the city staff liaison and advisor to the Commission for Persons with Disabilities. The Somerville Commission for Persons with Disabilities, or the SCPD, exists to work in close collaboration with the Racial and Social Justice Department, is committed to promoting equality, to ensuring that the ADA's vital protections for individuals with disabilities are preserved, and to advancing the basic freedoms that all Somerville residents deserve. The priorities of the division, in line with Madam Mayor Ballantyne's 100-day agenda, are as follows. Advance the city's commitment to eliminating accessibility barriers and increase inclusion for all residents. Continue to work with key city staff to eliminate the Commission for Persons with Disabilities, other key stakeholders, to move along the division's efforts to increase communication and education about the ADA and accessibility issues. This includes a focus on the ADA complaint process and compliance. Additionally, the division will be issuing surveys later this spring to city departments and the community at large to gauge needs and wants around the ADA. The ADA City Department Survey will be implemented later this year, which will allow us to get a baseline of city staff knowledge around the ADA, its understanding, and the city's ADA transition plan, and most importantly, inform planning around training opportunities for all city staff. Of course, another important piece of this is feedback from the community. This will provide an additional opportunity for the community to share their needs, wants, and concerns regarding the ADA. And again, this will be implemented later this year. The division is working with key city staff to streamline the existing ADA complaint process in order to increase accessibility and inclusion. This will create a more efficient process in order to bring key accessibility and ADA issues directly to city staff. This will also include developing a public dashboard in order for citizens to be able to view progress on filed complaints. In regards to the existing ADA transition plan that has been in the works for years, we will be developing initial phases to reevaluate and update this plan. Most importantly, becoming more transparent with communication around the work of the ADA division. This will include implementing monthly communication in form of a newsletter later this year. And then, as I mentioned earlier, sharing a public version of existing ADA complaints and their status updates. There are also a few ways for you all to be involved in this work. The Somerville Commission for Disabilities is currently seeking 4 members, and Somerville residents are encouraged to apply. 3 of those openings must be filled by people who identify with a physical or intellectual developmental disability, and 1 is open to a Somerville resident that identifies as a disability advocate. Commissioners have at least 5 hours of service per month and meet every second Tuesday from 6:30 to 8 p.m. More information about the application can be found on the City of Somerville website. Thank you again for your time. I am always open to meet and discuss any ideas, concerns, or questions you may have about the ADA, and I can be contacted the following ways that are on your screen. Thank you again. We will now hear from Lauren Spangler about the commissions.
Thank you, Adrienne. Good evening. My name is Lauren Spangler. My role is the Commissions Coordinator for the Racial and Social Justice Department for the City of Somerville. I'm responsible for the Commissions Division within the department. First, I would like to share with you the mission of the Commissions Division as we move forward. The mission is to support and help focus progress on commission work that is more solidified, strategic, and goal-oriented. Now, this is something we are working on in a variety of ways, but tonight, I think it best we provide an overview of the commissions within the division itself to familiarize you with their mission, samples of their community work, and some ways to get involved. The commissions included within this division are the Somerville Commission for Women, and the Human Rights Commission. I'll start with the Somerville Commission for Women. The Commission for Women was signed into existence by the City Council on March 10th, 1988. So, as you can imagine, the Commission has been through many phases in the 34 years it's been in operation. The Commission can have up to 15 members. There is an extensive description of their mission and purpose in their ordinance or governing document, and you are welcome to read the full document that can be found on the website. However, it can be simply summarized. Essentially, the Somerville Commission for Women exists to work on behalf of all women within the city, focusing on eliminating prejudice and discrimination based on their status as women. The Commission applies this mission in their work with a focus on advocacy, policy, and events. To provide a recent example of how this commission works out their mission within the community, I'd like to highlight an annual event. This past October, in observance of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, they held their annual domestic violence vigil. Partnering with local domestic violence advocacy organization Respond, the Women's Commission held a warm and inspiring event while raising awareness of this important issue. Additionally, the Women's Commission has recently created a policy subcommittee. This subset of the larger commission is a working group that advocates and investigates specific issues related to the community and to the lives of women in Somerville. Moving on to highlight the Human Rights Commission. It was created by City Council in 1993. The commission can have up to 12 members in the main body with an additional advisory board. The mission and purpose of the commission, as it is stated in its ordinance, is to protect and promote the constitutional, civil, and human rights of all people within the city. They too take this mission to focus on policy, advocacy, and to bring events to engage with the community. As far as recent events for the Human Rights Commission, in collaboration with remarks from Mayor Katjana Ballantyne and video testimonials from students from Winter Hill Community Innovation School ESL class, the Commission held a virtual honoring of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s contributions and a call to action to protect voting rights. Additionally, the Human Rights Commission has been involved with being part of a task force to assist with helping tenants of a large community housing association gain rights as their own governing body. These and the events previously described for the Commission for Women are just some of the public-facing community work these commissions do. They are made up of passionate, caring, and committed individuals dedicated to the causes they focus on. We need more like-minded individuals to get involved. Both the Somerville Commission for Women and the Human Rights Commission have a great interest in adding more members to their commissions. One way you can do this is the Human Rights Commission is having events at the East and West branch libraries. So please feel free to come by and meet them. The dates should be on the slides, or feel free to contact me with any questions. Both the Somerville Commission for Women and the Human Rights Commission would like members that reflect the diversity of the Somerville community, ensuring inclusivity to all voices. The commissions are considered working roles and the positions are volunteer. The expected time commitment is between 5 and 10 hours per month, and the candidates must be residents of Somerville. So if you have any questions, comments, or have any interest in getting involved, please contact me at the information on the slide. I so look forward to continuing in this community work with you. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and thank you so much for your time. I will now hand it off to Mason.
Hello, my name is Mason, Project Specialist for the RSJ. I provide a laser-focused lens and project management within prioritized initiatives. Currently, one of the key objectives includes creating and moving forward community engagement and feedback opportunities that will inform reimagining public safety initiatives of the RSJ department. It is the goal of the RSJ department to include constituent and stakeholder voices and thoughts in decision-making. Allow me to share with you some of the ways in which we aim to build knowledge and awareness. Through the staffing and operations analysis, we want to have a clear understanding of the Somerville Police Department's staffing, operations, organization, and workload. Updates will be available on the RSJ webpage and accessible during the RSJ Forum. The Police Chief Search Committee is tasked with recommending final candidates for the police chief position to the mayor. There are 12 members representing the city of Somerville. To date, the committee has met 14 times between October 2021 and March 2022. The committee has received trainings that include understanding of the ordinance guiding their work, a history of policing in the United States, and reviewing Somerville statistics and the census, just to name a few. Let's discuss the ways in which the RSJ aims to foster commitment and engagement. We are creating ways to prioritize the voices and experiences of the youth, starting with the RSJ Youth League. The group of youth will establish the mission and vision of the RSJ Youth Cabinet. The RSJ Youth League is a collaboration between the RSJ and the Harvard Graduate School of Education Critical Participatory Action Research Program. The goal of this project is to design the new RSJ Youth Cabinet. This also includes future recruitment processes aimed at amplifying youth voices from the city of Somerville. We are amplifying resident and stakeholder voices as well. The RSJ is still recruiting members to be a part of the RSJ Community Engagement Ambassadors Initiative. Ambassadors help develop messaging and outreach. Ambassadors help coordinate public meetings and help distribute the information pertaining to reimagining policing initiatives. The only requirements are that you live and or work in Somerville and that you have a passion for advocacy for all voices in Somerville. The work of the ambassadorship will begin soon. If you are interested or need more information, send your contact information to the RSJ webpage, text us at 617-684-5060, or email us at rsj@somervillema.gov. We are inviting engagement through hosting open doors. They're happening throughout the city. Open doors are about opportunities to engage and share concerns about the RSJ. You can find us at the Elizabeth Peabody House every first Wednesday of the month from 5 to 6:30 p.m. You can find us at the West Branch Library every first Wednesday of the month from 3:30 to 4:30. Coffee with the Chief of Police, Chief Eminent, provides an opportunity for the community to hear directly from the Chief of the Somerville Police Department. This will happen monthly. Attendees may also hear from fellow SPD officers. Don't miss this opportunity to ask questions and receive updates. These will be virtual sessions. You can find out more information and ways to engage still on the RSJ webpage, rsj@somervillema.gov. Here, you will find opportunities to subscribe and get alerts to RSJ announcements and events. You can access to read about RSJ initiatives and updates on the work. You can receive information specific to RSJ divisions like the ADA and commissions. On this website, you can receive the contact information for the RSJ staff. We also want to invite you to join the RSJ Community Panel. We are building a panel of Somerville residents, workers, and students who are willing to regularly participate in surveys, focus groups, and workshops to inform the RSJ's work on specific issues. So panel members should be ages 16 or older, a resident of Somerville, a worker, or a student of Somerville. Panel members should be interested in racial and social justice issues and willing to complete the occasional survey or take part in a workshop or a focus group. Tongue twister. All right, so this is how it works. The RSJ department will contact community panel members several times over the course of the year. We're going to be asking you to complete a survey or participate in the upcoming workshop or focus group. Not all members will be invited to take part in all panel activities. You can choose your preferred contact method, whether that be online, phone, or the mail. You can choose your preferred language, English, Spanish, Portuguese, Haitian Creole, Nepali, Mandarin. If there's something we're missing, let us know. Your personal information will not be shared or used for other purposes without your permission. And finally, you can leave the community panel at any time. So text the RSJ at 617-684-5060 or email us at rsj at somervillema.gov with your name and contact information. If you need any clarification or guidance on registering for alerts or the RSJ Community Panel, I'll hand it back to Director Capers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mason. Our city has made significant investments to build on the initial work of creating the Department of Racial and Social Justice. We are building on a road that has begun with a strong foundation, but is still being paved and comes with turns and complexities that deserve to be addressed with intentionality. We are investing in people as much as in the initiatives. In the RSJ budget hearing of 2021, I shared that I had read dozens of city department reports, including the 2020 City of Somerville Racism Listening Sessions. I wanted to share some examples of how we are moving forward with your voice in action. You asked for a place at the table for communities of color in decision-making about programs, procedures, and opportunities. You heard earlier this evening about the RSJ Youth League and the RSJ Community Engagement Ambassadors that will help to be intentional about outreach. We have also begun going on the ground and meeting people where they are, and registering residents and workers to include them in community visioning workshops that will begin in the spring. You asked for increased language access, outreach and inclusion of people of color and immigrant communities to participate in meetings and decision-making processes from the beginning. The RSJ department has been working very closely with SOYA and is translating and making available information and materials in Spanish, Portuguese, Haitian Creole, Mandarin, and Nepalese. This includes having translators available during our in-person meetings and outreach, and having in-person meetings that are held specifically in the language of choice for our target constituents and stakeholders. At the next RSJ Forum, we will continue sharing ways in which we have listened and moved forward with your voice in action. Listening is critical to the success of the RSJ department and its initiatives. We are interested in what you think and how you understand the work that is being done. Please continue to join us monthly for the RSJ Forums. Subscribe to announcements and events on the RSJ website. Contact us if you have questions on the work or ways to engage. Our contact information again is the Somerville City of Somerville RSJ website, somervillema.gov/RSJ. You can text us or call at 617-684-5060. You can call us and leave a message at 617-625-6600, extension 2058. And finally, I want to leave you with this quote from Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Many stories matter. Stories have been used to dispossess and to malign, but stories can also be used to empower and to humanize. Stories can break the dignity of a people, but stories can also repair that broken dignity. We want and need to hear from you. Thank you for your time and have a very good evening. Until next time.